Laura here. Just a quick heads up, in this episode we chat about mental health, experience with therapy and trauma, and medication for mental health.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Do It For Yourself podcast. I'm your host FOXANNE.
And I'm your host Laura, and this is a podcast for creatives by creatives.
This podcast is a mix of realness, feel-good vibes, honesty with your two new northern besties. That's us. Ting! I feel like we should have like a ding!
Let's do that. I'll add that in. Yeah. I'll find a sound effect. Yeah. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about our goals for 2022. So you're probably going to be listening to this at the end of January, but we're recording mid-December, aren't we? So we're at that stage now where we're thinking about what our goals are.
Yeah, I don't really think that goals should be things that are initially have to be set at the end of the year, because I set my goals for 2022 in the beginning of November. I was like, nice. I just need to get them done now. I think it's whenever you're in the mood for it. I make vision boards. I'm a very visual person.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to kind of visualise what you want rather, because when there's a long list of text, I find it hard to understand what it is that I'm writing, whereas when I've stuck pictures with it, because Laura at the minute, we're looking on the other side of the, obviously not this wall, that wall. Laura's got vision boards as well.
I've got my lifestyle board, what I want my life to be, personal wise, and then above it I've got professional, and that's way in the future, but it's nice to see every day. Still though,
I'm gonna say I have mine on my laptop, so whenever I open my laptop I can see it. It's just a lot better. What we've said is we want to do our work goals, our personal goals, and one big goal.
So I put all of my goals in my notes last time when we tried to film this 2 weeks ago, and it went all pear-shaped.
Yeah.
And I cannot find them.
Shall I start us off then?
Yes. You start off while I try and find mine. Okay, it might be on my laptop.
Fine.
Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm so sorry about my bashed up laptop. It's awful.
Oh, give over. Personal goal number 1 is sort out my mental health. I'm going to do, at the beginning of this year, I took up private therapy, which helped, and then it got a little bit too intense, along with trying to run a business as well. I weren't in the right mind frame to do private therapy, because it works different. So I've been going to therapy in the NHS since I was 12. I'm 26 now, so what's that, 14 years, on and off. I've not done NHS therapy in maybe 2 years, but it's different. So you have if you don't already know, you have 10 1-hour sessions, and then at the end of the 10 sessions, you're kind of taken off the books, and if you need it again, you kind of have to be put back on the waiting list. But because they've obviously only got so many sessions, they do actually say these are more coping mechanisms. You don't really delve into anything. It's more strategic. It's more like CBT than counselling.
Yeah.
Was what they kind of prescribe a lot more.
They're very different, aren't they?
They are very different. But then when I started private therapy, which obviously is expensive, but I would, if you are in the position to do so, I definitely would suggest going private. Well, for me personally, and my personal experience with it is they kind of deep dive. You kind of get started at the beginning to be right, just talk me through your life, and then as you're kind of talking, they kind of be right, let's stop, let's kind of sit on that and let's figure out where this goes. So the first 2 sessions, I kind of ran through my life really quick, and then after the third session, she was right, let's go back to the beginning, let's kind of in-depth go through it. And there was bits that were coming up that I'd subconsciously blocked out of my head, and then she kind of asked the right questions, because usually they're and how does that make you feel? And there wasn't any questions like that. We kind of had more of a conversation about things. Yeah, so because we was kind of going more in depth about things and kind of stripping things back rather than doing coping mechanisms, she says to me, she was usually the NHS kind of give you coping mechanisms, but I'm going to give you more let's dig deep, let's see where the cause of the issue comes from. So then if we sort that out, hopefully it'll have a domino effect. And it'll kind of try to rationalise it a little bit more. We were just going through stuff, and then there were certain things that I was getting really triggered by that I didn't think were triggering, and then things that I thought would really trigger me, it turns out that wasn't. So for example, there's been some quite traumatic events happening in my life from being young that I thought were the cause of my anxiety and my depression and like my mental health and like my panic attacks and stuff. But then when we were talking, it was like, no, those traumatic things that happened were a byproduct of something else.
Right.
If that makes sense. So I started to realise like how much like I was self-sabotaging and how much I was putting myself in. Well, it was during lockdown, and like obviously like I don't live alone, so I had to make sure nobody was in the house, and sometimes people were in the house, so I couldn't necessarily have like a positive experience with that, because I was like scared about what if they heard me, because obviously there were some things that I was saying that I've never said out loud before.
You need to be in a really safe space when you're talking about stuff like that, or just in counselling in general, because you need to be, it just needs to be you and that person.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be able to freely say something without thinking, oh, they might be listening or something like that. But yeah, no, so I ended up, it got too much, ended up quitting it, which I'm not ashamed about because it did get too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'd like in the new year definitely going to do some more work on myself. I've been on quite a few different types of medication, and I find they don't really work for me, the ones that I've tried, so I do want to try and do it without the help of medication. I do find CBD oil helps.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm yet to try that. Yeah.
I've had the gummies really help, and I've had the oil. I would like to hopefully get something more high dosage.
Yeah.
Potentially. It just helps me sleep a lot more. But yeah, no, so that is something I want to work on, is my mental health. Yeah. I mean, everybody should be doing it anyway.
Exactly. Mental health is so important. I think sometimes with mental health, as opposed to physical health, you don't actually realise that you're suffering until you're really suffering sometimes. Even if you don't feel like you've got any mental health issues. Like you can have anxiety and depression without having anxiety and depression. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone can experience bad mental health if you've not got a disorder. Yeah. So I think it's important for everyone.
Well, it's like I can't remember who I heard say this, but someone was like, you don't necessarily go to the gym when you're in the best shape of your life. You go when you need like a little bit of help, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like going to the gym for your brain. So you don't, I don't know how that works.
No, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
do you know what
it's not just for when you need to get better. It's good for your overall mental health.
Yeah.
It's like to keep you on track.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's not when the worst case scenario. Like, I would advise anybody doing some form of therapy.
Oh, 100%.
Whether you think you're mentally not well or.
Yeah. 100%.
So is that one of yours?
Yeah, so I'm just looking now. So it's kind of 2 in 1.
Okay.
2 in 1. 2 become 1. Spice Girls
To
vibes.
become one.
So I've got,
That
so
was
for
so
those
bad.
of you who don't know, I have definitely 110% got ADHD. I feel like everyone that knows me probably could have seen that coming a mile off, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I've definitely got inattentive ADHD, possibly combined. But the wait to get assessed on the NHS is like 3 years. So I've gone through I've got a different way. So I've gone through Right to Choose with Psychiatry UK. That's probably going to be at the end of next year. Yeah. Definitely after October 22.
Oh my God, what was that noise that came out? Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be at the end of 2022. I just don't know when my actual appointment's going to be. But if they come back and say it's 2023, I'm going to have to go private because I can't wait any longer.
Well, it's not just that. I think because I know some people are like, well, what do you need the diagnosis for and stuff? It just means that it will help you, and it's kind of the validation
100%
you need.
I mean,
as well.
even just realizing and self-diagnosing has helped me so much. Like, you would think that it would make me sad, like, oh God, I've got ADHD, like I've got something wrong with me, like I'm sad, like I've realized I've got, technically I've got a disability,
Ben?
But it's the best thing that's ever happened to me, because now I have answers for why I struggle so much with day-to-day things that normal people wouldn't struggle with. I don't want to say normal people, sorry, that's very ableist.
No.
But it's the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I just really want to get diagnosed properly so that I can get the right treatment, because being undiagnosed for so long, along with other traumatic events in my life, has caused me to have quite bad mental health as well. Like I was saying to you, I've just gone on antidepressants, which has really made a world of difference. Yeah. So hopefully I can carry on in this journey, whether it's medicated or not, this year, obviously, I need to put my mental health first before I get diagnosed.
Yeah.
And then when I get diagnosed, I 100% am going to be saying to them, give me all the medication. I want it all, because I want my mind to feel quiet. And I've made some friends since discovering that I've probably got ADHD. Well, I don't want to say probably. I know that I've got it. It's textbook. Every single
checkbox you tick.
Yeah, I check every single textbook.
Checkbox, not text box.
Checkbox. Yeah. My words are getting all tangled. But yeah, I've heard from people that have gone on the right medication. Obviously, sometimes it takes you a while to get the right one because there's loads out there. Because you're on stimulants. I've heard that it's like literally life-changing. And it works straight away because of stimulants. So within like half an hour, instead of like right now I'm thinking about 6 different things. That's why I lose my train of thought so quick. Yeah. They're literally able to think about one thing. And it's amazing.
Because there is a Instagram account called, what's it called? I know one of the girls who runs it.
I'll probably follow him.
So it's I Am Paying Attention.
Oh my God, I've got their workbooks, their ADHD guide.
Yeah, so one of the girls who runs it, Jess, she used to have a print business, and that's how we got talking.
Yeah.
And then we used to send it to her voice notes being like, I don't think she'll remember saying this, just being like, I can't concentrate and like stuff like this. And then later on, obviously, then she found out that she got ADHD. And then I think she's quite open on that I'm Paying Attention Instagram about how medications really, really helped her.
Because some people are really against it. Even people in the ADHD community, they're really against it. Like, but
I think it's like anything. I think it's like any medication. Like, it works for some people and it doesn't for others. Like my little brother has autism, and he has medication, and it works enough to take the edge off him because he has really bad thoughts as well. So his depression and his autism battle against each other, and make them both worse, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So he has different types of medication that he takes. He won't mind me telling you. He's very open about it. But yeah, no. So I know that it works for him. But when I was taking medication for my mental health, because I have a control issue, I feel like, hi, I'm Roxanne, and I have a control issue. Whenever I was taking the medication and I felt better, I was saying, you're only feeling better because of the medication, then I won't feel better anymore. So I know that it doesn't make me feel better. It does, but it doesn't at the same time.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So yeah, no, but I think if medication works for you and you like it, then do it.
100%. Yeah, so that's like my main goal. I just really want to make sure I'm looking after myself. Yeah. I kind of felt a little bit defeated when I had to go on antidepressants, but then I remember thinking, you're looking after yourself, and to be fair, it's the best decision I've ever made, because I've been on them for like 3-4 weeks now, and I haven't gone into like a big spiral, and I'm really hoping that it keeps them at bay. Yeah, fingers crossed. Right, do you want to go on to your next one?
My personal goal number 2 is to sort out my relationship with money, and well, it's kind of 2. So it's to sort out my relationship with money and also save up for a house deposit. That's
goals. two becomes 1 again. Spice Girls time.
I feel really sorry because you edit these, so we both kind of take turns on different things, or like we both kind of have different jobs for this podcast that we both do, and Laura is chief editor at the moment, and I feel really sorry for you because I just keep on singing.
I'll put that in. I think it's fantastic. Everyone's gonna love it.
Before.
Wanna make love to you, baby. Sorry, I apologise.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that in as well.
Yeah, keep that in. So it's like, I don't know how to say this. I don't think I deserve money. So when I have money in the bank, when I have dollars in the bank, it makes me uncomfortable. I know. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't feel like I deserve it. So I spend it all. And I feel a lot more comfortable. Is that grammar? I feel more comfortable when I've not got anything in the bank, but then I have really bad money anxiety as well, where I'm like, oh my God, I don't have any money. So I kind of like,
you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, either way.
So I need to kind of learn how to be like confidence with money and be like self-worth with money, because when it comes to, we've spoken about this before, when it comes to self-worth and pricing myself, I'm like, I know what I'm worth. But then as soon as the money comes into my bank, I'm like, I'm not worth this.
That makes me really sad.
I know. Well, this is it. This is what next year is for. It's like working on myself. And obviously, like, me and Max, I mentioned in the first episode, me and Max live with Max's mum, which is great, which is amazing, having her there as well, because obviously Max, she's self-employed, so she's at home half the time, and then Max is obviously out all the time, so it's nice to have someone there and not be alone. But it's like, Max is 30 now, and like I'm 26. It's time, like, soon, like it's time to kind of start our life as a family, like me, Max, and Luna's the dog.
3 Musketeers.
3 Musketeers. I know, but it's just so expensive, and it's hard because obviously we're both self-employed. It's hard to get a mortgage, and it's hard to kind of get, because obviously he has kind of stability because he has the same customers all the time because he does gardens. Whereas I can do a job for someone and then never come back to me because it was just like, oh, I just need this one-off thing doing. Whereas, so it's that as well. It's kind of getting the stability there, getting myself worth up, having some savings, because that's it. I can't save, so I need to have some savings and have that little financial security blanket there, which I'm hoping that quitting the shop will do that.
Well, maybe as well, like, a lot of it is because you feel like you don't deserve the money. Maybe that's something that will come to you when you're working on your mental health as well. Like, if you do go back to therapy, that might be something that
definitely.
you can, to become one again together.
Okay, we need to stop doing that now. We've milked that for all that it's
I think, do you know what? That is kind of one of my personal goals, to be better with money as well. But I've not got it on there because that's, spoiler alert, going to be my big goal.
Yeah.
My big goal. We've got one goal each at the end. Spoiler alert, I won't say any more. But I'm very impulsive with money. That also comes with ADHD, being very impulsive. It's like when I'm feeling down, straight away, what's going to make me feel better? You don't have as much dopamine in your brain, like hardly any. And like when you impulse buy, your dopamine goes whoop. So if I'm ever feeling really down, that's what I do. It's really bad.
No, I get that. Yeah, it's that instant satisfaction of spending your money, and then you're like,
yeah, let me buy another plant that I don't need, that I'm going to kill. And I feel amazing. Like, genuinely though, it makes me feel amazing. You know when you feel elated here, like in your chest, makes me feel like that when I buy a plant. Like that with
shoes.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
I know.
Nice.
Is that, do you want to say your number?
So yeah, that's not technically, that was just me adding on to yours. So, and I feel like you're probably going to want to jump onto mine as well. I am going to pass my driving test this year.
Hallelujah. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I'm going to pass my driving test.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
And I'm going to have a car. Maybe not straight away, but I want a car by the end of the year.
Yeah,
and
it's a pink one.
Yeah, it's going to be a pink convertible. No, not necessarily. I mean, any car will do. But if it's a pink convertible...
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Well, we've both had different experiences with driving. So sorry, I don't mean to butt in.
Oh my God, I butt into yours. You go ahead. This is meant to be a conversation. Let's have a conversation.
So I did a 5-day intensive course in July of 2021. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed the driving and the instructor. It was the company that I used kind of messed us around a little bit and was kind of blaming each other to each other. It was weird. It was a whole weird situation. But yeah, no, so I got learn how to drive, and I was doing really, really well because I struggled to learn over a period of time. I like to do intensive stuff.
Yeah.
So like if I want to learn how to edit a video, I will spend 3 days solid editing a video to learn how to do it. I won't do like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Like I need, because I struggle with my attention span. So if something takes me too long to make or too long to do, I'll lose all interest in it. So I have to do it in a small time frame. Otherwise I just cannot concentrate on it.
That sounds ADHD to me. Me too. You like hyperfocus. You've got a hyperfocus on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not saying you've got ADHD, right? I'm not trying to diagnose you. You can have ADHD symptoms and not have ADHD, by the way. Just so you know, before, you diagnose yourself from my experience.
Your experience. But yeah, no, so I enjoyed the intensive course, ended up getting a practical test in, which was by some miracle. And then I decided to drive on the wrong side of the road. To be fair, the road that I went down, I drove on the wrong side of, it looked like a one-way road. And she was like, turn right. So I did. And she was like, you do realise that you're on the wrong side of the road? And I was like, it's one-way road. She was like, no, it isn't. She was like, I'm going to take you back now. Because obviously during COVID, you can't be in the car for longer than what you need to. So as soon as you fail, you fail. And I was only in the car 15 minutes.
That's devastating.
But yeah, carry on with you and your driving lessons.
Yeah, so I'm doing it quite slowly. I'm doing complete opposite to you. Instead of once a week, I'm doing it once every 2 weeks. Yeah, so I've only just gone on Brooklyn's Roundabout. And it was all right.
If you're from Sailor, if you know Brooklyn's Roundabout,
it was like turn left, but not the first left.
There's like 7 different exits and like 3 different roads, and it's some of them are kind of behind each other, and the other one's being like, right, so if you turn left now, you'll go in on a completely different direction, but if you turn down this little alley, it's stress-inducing.
I didn't like it, and he didn't even tell me that I was going to go on it. He just went, take the next left, and then I saw the roundabout, and he was like, okay, so you're not going to take the first left, you're going to take the next left. And I thought, oh my God, I really panicked, and I was like, I didn't indicate, and he was like, it's fine. It was too quick, you don't need to, and I was thinking, I don't need to. It's a bit confused, but yeah, I'm doing it every 2 weeks. I'm hoping maybe early next year I can get a pass.
Yeah.
Like before like March time. I hope so anyway.
You are. You pick up things quite easily. You are very good at stuff like that.
Do you think? Yeah. I don't know, because every time I get in the car, I'm like, I forget what I'm doing. He has to tell me that you need to put your clutch down and then you need to do this.
Yeah, but there'll be a certain... Because with me, I was the same, and then there was a certain time when I just did it.
I've got a good instructor, Ken. He's lovely. Yeah, he's great. I can recommend you.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your next one? Wait, are we on number 3 now?
Yeah, so my second one was driving. No, we're on number 4. Sort out mental health.
Number 4.
Relationship with money, drive. And number 4 is get engaged.
Woo. Sorry, that was really childish.
No, I get so thinking when I talk about it. But yeah, no, me and Max have been together a while now, like 8 years. I don't, because I know that some people don't subscribe to that. They don't really, not really about marriage and stuff like that. But I think for me personally, it's just the legal stability it brings with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It does.
Because you never really know what's going to happen. I know it sounds really cynical, and this is just a little insight into my brain. You never really know what's going to happen to somebody, and if something was to happen, I'd like to legally be involved. I don't know
have
how
rights. You want rights.
Well, yeah, I want rights, and I think it'd be really nice because it's obviously like the next step in our relationship, and I want to be, I don't know how to explain it. Like I just want a wedding. I want a white dress. I want a party.
And that is valid.
That's
all valid.
I know. I feel like sometimes I feel like not a feminist because I'm like, I just want to be wooed. I want to be picked up by him, and I want him to... That
doesn't make you not a feminist.
I know it doesn't. I know. But yeah, I just want a nice sparkly ring. I want something vintage. I've already told him this. I've dropped so many hints. He's like, Roxanne, these are not hints anymore. These are just... You keep on just sending me pictures. I've said to him, I want something vintage. I want something nice and cool looking. Like I'm not really desperate for like a conventional engagement ring, like a white diamond with silver, if it's coloured, like that's pretty funky. I don't know. I just want to get engaged. I just think I'm ready now.
Stage, yeah.
I'm ready for that next kind of commitment, because I mean, like, we have a dog, so that's like pretty committed.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I just think it'd be nice just to get all of our family members together on different sides of the family, because it sounds awful, but unless it's a funeral,
nobody really gets together.
Or a wedding, nobody really gets together. So I'm thinking I'd like to get all my family together, and Max's family meet my family. And yeah, what about you?
In terms of marriage, or my next goal?
Either or. Is marriage on the
let's
cards
not get
for you?
into that.
Should we say that a bit loud because your boyfriend's next door? Should we say that dead loud?
So I've put as my third one, I want to invest more time in friendships and socialise more. I know that it's really good for me. Like I'm an extrovert. I really thrive in social situations, and like when I walk away from a social situation, like if I've just met up with friends, I feel elated. Like I just love it. So I know that I work at the pub and I'm doing the markets, but I would really like to invest more time in friendships and build friendships a bit more, and like spend time with people that I love, because I do have a tendency to, like, especially if I'm feeling really down, like shut myself off. Like, obviously a couple of weeks ago, before I went on my tablets, I really shut myself off and it was really bad. And I need to learn to let go, be able to speak to people about things, and really try my hardest to be good at texting people back.
Well, it's hard.
Yeah.
It is hard.
And just meet up with people and like enjoy myself, and yeah, because I know it's really good for me and it makes me feel good. It's hard to get out the door sometimes.
Yeah.
But I just need to give myself that push to get out the door so that I can have a great time.
As soon as you're out of the door, it's fine. It's like we went out for my for my birthday. We wanted to go for a quiet meal, but we didn't realise the restaurant turned into a club at 9 o'clock. As soon as we got handed our food, DJ was like, "Okay, let's go," and I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't really have big groups of friends. So I kind of have like one friend, but quite a few one friends, if that makes sense. So I'm friends with you, and then it's me and you, and then I'm friends with Sophie and friends with Shelby, and it's always like one-on-one things, because group things freak me out a little bit. But I'm kind of learning as I'm getting older. It's kind of less about the group and it's more about the people. So we went out for my birthday and we didn't realise that the restaurant turned into a club after 9 o'clock. So that was great. But yeah, no, so it was just me, you, Sophie and Shelby. So it was nice to have us all together and like have like my 3 individual friends like in a same room, and we all really got on.
That's what it's going to be like at your wedding. Bring everyone together.
I know, Max, if you're listening, hint, hint, hint. I've just picked my nose. If you're watching the video, you've just seen me pick my nose. So it's about that. Yeah, no. So it is great, but you've had quite a few big groups of friends, haven't you?
Yeah, growing up, I definitely had a lot of big groups of friends. I had a big group of friends in uni, which is sort of dispersed now, which makes me really sad. And now I'm sort of in the same situation as you, where I've got a lot of singular friends, but I've got a lovely group actually. I did used to do blogging, not anymore. You can't find it anywhere, so don't try and search for it. I've deleted it. But I had like a blog group of friends where we all used to go to like blog events together, like PR events, and we've all stayed in contact actually. So it's nice. Like, we don't really see each other a lot, but we'll always message in the groups, and like if someone's having a crisis or someone's going through something, or if there's something on social media, we'll like chat about it and stuff.
Well, that's it. That's something that I think we learn to do as we get older. We kind of like, yeah, you're my friend, but if we don't speak to each other, so like me and Shelby go like months without speaking, then all of a sudden I'll get a phone call off her and she's like, "Should we go somewhere?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And it's just kind of, but we both understand that we're both busy, and we'll both touch base every now and again. Just to be like, "You're right, yeah, I'm good, sick, right, I'll speak to you again in another couple of weeks."
They're the kind of friendships that I absolutely love, where you don't see each other in a long time, and then when you see each other again, it's like you've never, it's like it's been it was yesterday. She's
my longest friend that I've ever had. I think we've been friends now for like 6-7 years.
Good going.
But yeah, I think it's that. I think because we both give each other space to grow.
Yeah.
I do love her. Yeah. Shelby, I know you're listening to this. I do love you, my girl.
Well, I hope you're listening to this,
Shelby.
Yeah,
if you're not, I'm offended.
Well, she'll never know. She'll never hear this.
She'll never hear it if not.
Yeah, so that's my last personal goal. I want to invest more time in friendships and people that I love, and get myself out there, because it's been a tough couple of years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a tough couple of years, but we're getting there.
Hopefully
I mean, you probably know already, touch wood, we don't have another lockdown.
I hope we've had Christmas. I hope we didn't get Christmas taken
No,
off us.
we won't have. They can't do that after the Christmas party disaster.
Oh God, have you seen all the memes about that? Have you seen the one where it's Ricky Gervais and he's like, "No, of course not," and then he goes in partying. That's funny. Yeah, should we move on to work goals now?
Yes, work goals. You can start.
I feel like I took over. You were speaking about your friends. I feel like I took over that.
Oh, no.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Right? Don't you worry. Like I said, we're to have a conversation.
If I do speak over you, just tell me.
I will. And you tell me.
Roxanne. Yeah, so work goal number 1 is quit the shop. I'm dead excited about that. I mean, I don't want to sound ungrateful, Like, I'm super grateful for all the orders that I've had over the year, but I mean, like, I've literally had barely any orders. Something that I did want to chat to you about. So I think I said last podcast episode that I've not really got any orders, and like I've got all this stock and all these products that I'm like, I've just kind of sat on, not really doing anything with them. So I've put on a 50% off sale, and that's going to run up until the end of January. Anything that's left is either going to be donated or sold in bulk to shops. Since I've put everything at 50% off, the amount of orders I'm getting is incredible. Like, oh my God. But then I'm kind of offended. I'm like, why not buying it at full price? Obviously, if you have bought it on sale, it's great. Like, thank you so much. I'm very grateful. But also it makes you think, like, was I pricing my products too high?
No. People love a bargain. Let's say you were selling a mug at £10.
Yeah.
And then you made it £5 and said 50% off. Or let's put it in a different way. Let's say you were selling a mug at £20 and then you put it 50% off at £10.
Yeah.
You'd still get the same amount. People aren't going to be buying it because it's a £5. People are going to be buying it because it's 50% off, and they think they're getting a deal. Probably. And they're thinking, oh, for Christmas, let me just get something that's on sale. This is amazing. Yeah. Like, I think it's the psychology.
Probably, yeah. But I was thinking about, I think I was like proper deep in it the other night. I was like, why are people now buying it? Now it's on sale. But that's probably it. It is probably the psychology behind it. But yeah, no, like, because I think when I'm looking at the sales and the money coming out, I'm like, oh, it could have been double that. But then it's like, yeah, but also I've been sat on this stock for a year. So
yeah,
this is better than nothing.
Yeah, it's amazing either way, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so I'm shutting the shop, and hopefully I'll have more time to work on projects like this, other projects, and try and just grow my portfolio and have more time to work on myself as well. Yeah. Because the issue is all of the stock that I've got is at the studio, and if I get an order in of just one, so if I've got all of my laptop and my iPad at home and I get an order in, I have to go to the studio. So I'm sat at the studio then, and it takes me an hour and a half to walk there. I've gone to the studio for an hour and a half for one order. That's like a £10 order. Because I can get work done there, but
if you were only planning on working from home that day.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? So I'm kind of happy because I also have another shop on Etsy that sells jewellery, and I'm also shutting that one. So I'm completely taking away the sending, because also the post office is really like, the prices are going up, and like things sending it to different places is getting a bit wild. So once that's settled down, I might look at it again potentially next year, the year after, whenever, if I want to do that. But I'm hoping that I don't have to. I hope I'm just do client work because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And deliverables are instant then as well, aren't they? So it's not like, because the amount of stuff that I've had that people have messaged me being like, a lot more over the past couple of months, being like, my order hasn't arrived, or this has happened and that's happened, and I don't have the time to chase it up. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And if I've got like a cram-packed day of client work and I'm getting emails about orders, I just don't have the time, because then I feel awful for not replying like instantly, which then most places say 2 to 5 working days.
24 hours. Yeah, 24 hours. Exactly. The minimum, yeah.
What's your work goal number 1?
So my first work goal is to do more murals. And I'm going to put window displays in that bracket as well. Yeah. I would really like to do them. So I've done 2 mural designs. One of them I did in person. It was like really huge, and I was really grateful to have it. It took me like a week or over a week to do it, because I was so particular about everything. I was like, no, I'm going to go back on this spot. I'm going to do another lay here. But I absolutely loved it, and it was just so great to be I know that, I don't know what I'm saying here. I know that digital work is still practical work, but it's not really like hands-on.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And it was amazing to be hands-on, and you know,
a textured material.
Yeah, and there was a lady who was working on, she was the plumber or joiner. She was like building the shower and that room next to me. So like we were having a chat, and it was just like, I was like, oh my God, I've got a work friend. Yeah. It was so good. And, you know, it was just really nice to be out there and doing it. And I really want to do more stuff like that, especially, you know, because obviously I work for myself, like we know, sitting in all day. It's not good. I want to get out there and be more social anyway. So why not do that? Exactly. I would really love to do that. Yeah.
Well, that's one of mine, actually.
Yeah,
I want to get back to the roots of my painting.
Mm-hmm.
I used to paint. I made, when I was in college, I made this like 6 foot by 10 foot big painting, but I'd love to do something like on a wall or on like windows and stuff. I want to kind of do stuff out and about and out of the office and kind of like do things, because obviously like all the art that I make is for either other clients or for my Instagram, and obviously the only way that you're going to see it is if you follow me on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I want my work to be out there so other people can see my work, rather than like if they don't have social media or something like that. But I do think that the market is so saturated at the minute for mural artists and window displays that it is hard. So I've tried to contact some companies and stuff, being like, hi, like I'd like to do it for like a reduced rate. I'd like paying me just for the
design or
like paying me just for the materials and stuff. And they're like, hi, yeah, this sounds great, but we already do have a window artist that we've been using for a few years, so it's kind of like that. But because art is getting so like, obviously art's always been big, but I mean like commercially, like in windows and stuff like that, people are starting to appreciate art more. I remember when I was younger, the only art that you went to see is kind of in galleries, whereas now we're surrounded, especially being in Manchester, we're surrounded by art and murals and stuff like that. So it is hard. So if anybody listening to this wants to hire me,
same as well. I mean, we'll do it together.
We'll both do it together. Let's
we'll
do a collab.
It together.
So if you're looking for a window display doing, holler at us, whether it be commercial or just in your house.
Yeah,
if you want a really funky living room window, we'll do it. We'll both come together 2 for 1.
I tell you what,
do a package.
Yeah, you do the window, I'll do the wall.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Someone just give us an house.
Yeah.
Let's get some experience that way. Someone give us an house. I mean, I'm not asking for much, you know what I mean?
I would love to do a renovate. Like, I follow so many accounts online that renovate the houses. Oh my god, there's one that's called
on the walls.
There's one that's called The House That Colour Built, and it's insane. Pastel colours all around the front of the house, everywhere, the sofa. Oh my god, everything. It's all clashing. It's beautiful.
I love clashing houses. I love it.
Yeah.
Max is like, because obviously like we've spoken about moving out and like kind of like what vibe we've got, and we do speak about the future quite a lot. We just don't act upon it. But yeah, no, I was like, oh my god, like I can't wait. Like I want like clashing walls and clashing prints. I want like I want a black room. So like I want the living room to be black, and I want like neon signs on the walls, and like I want like leopard print and leather, but then I want like the kitchen to be like bright and airy, and I want like the I just want every room to have a different vibe. And I want it just to be so colourful. And Max is like, oh, I like minimalism. And I was like, we're not even on the same page, not even in the same book. We're completely on different books on different shelves, but we will find the compromise.
That's my spit. I haven't even took a sip of my drink yet. Sorry, you're gonna have to say that again, because I really took over that. Hold on. You know, you just breathe in and you breathe in a bit, you spit.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
So yeah, Max is like, oh, I like minimalism, and I'm like, we're not even on the same page, not even in the same book. We're on different books on different libraries, so that's where we are right now. But yeah, no, so we'll probably compromise, and we'll probably get a really colourful house, because you know, like compromise all that compromise that Max will do. No, absolutely, we both will compromise. But yeah, he has a lot of like Star Wars memorabilia and stuff, so I think it'll be pretty cool. It'll be like a nice fun house. It's as if you would have, I can imagine it now. I think it's as if you would have given kids a house to decorate, and I cannot wait for the colour.
I can't wait to see it.
Amazing.
Right, what's your next one?
Mine is I've spoken about getting experience doing windows.
We've literally got the same goals. It's ridiculous. Apart from my next one is work on my shop, and yours is close it.
Get rid. Well, that's it, because I remember like I was speaking about this on my Instagram actually. Like I shared this quote. I share it quite a lot. well, I used to, being like learn to rest, not quit. And it's all about like learning to like reevaluate your stuff, or which it does still make sense in certain aspects. So like when I see the quote, learn to rest, not quit, I take it as if you're feeling like shit, take a few days off to like reflect and chill, and then like kind of pick it up instead of trying to power through it. And then all of a sudden you just get overwhelmed. Like the analogy I like to use is everybody's kind of balancing plates, and life throws these plates at you, and you're just kind of juggling them all and trying to just like keep them all from dropping. And then as soon as one drops, it seems to be like a snowball effect. So then that kind of spooks you into dropping more plates, whereas if you kind of put the plates down for a little bit and then pick them up. So that's how I take that quote. But then I was kind of thinking, learn to rest, not quit, but the shop, I need to quit it. Like it's like, and it's like not feeling guilty for quitting something as well. And like sometimes I feel like when you quit something, like there's always this negative connotation with quitting. And like, oh, I'm not a quitter, but I'm like, I am a quitter because I know it's my best interest to quit right now.
But you're not quitting your whole career.
No.
And you're just quitting a sort of a small part
small
of it.
Bit, something that isn't bringing me joy. I can remember it was like, if it doesn't bring you joy, money or orgasms, it's not worth it. And like, to be fair, where's the lie?
Where is the lie?
Where is the lie? And it's not bringing me either. Either or. So I'm like, do you know what, now let's quit, and we can always pick it up and reevaluate in a few years time or whatever. But so my third, are we on the third? I don't know, I've lost track of time, and
we got about 10 each in the end. So
my work goal is make the studio a me space, get rid of racking and boxes. So that kind of comes hand in hand with the getting rid of my shop. So once I get rid of all the products, I'll have more space, and I kind of want to make my studio a comfortable space to be in, because it's full of stock at the minute, and I've got racking up, and I want to kind of get rid of the racking. I want to get a little sofa in there. I want to get like some soft furnishings, like a rug and some cushions and stuff, so I can kind of have, if I want to have a break. And obviously Luna comes to the studio with me, and it'd be nice for her to have a little sofa to sleep on. Really, really cute. But I've been looking on like
little dog sofa.
I know, I love her so much. I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace for stuff like that, but they're all massive, and I've not really got a big space. So I might have to go on like IKEA or something and get like a really small something for dead cheap, because it's for the studio. I don't want to spend a lot of money, because if one day I do decide to paint and I get paint on it, I'll be fuming if I've spent a lot of money on it.
That's true.
I just want to make the space my own. I mean, I already have with the paint. Obviously I've painted it bright pink, and everybody's always like, I can always tell your space it's pink. I'm like, but that's what I want to do. What's yours? What's one of yours?
So my last one, so it's to work on the shop. I haven't really put a lot of focus and attention onto it ever, really. I opened it about a year and a half ago, just sort of at first selling 10 prints, 10 A3 prints, and that did do really well at first, and then I sort of like got a bit distracted with client work and other things. And recently, just before the market, I brought loads of my Instagram designs into print. I've done my calendar again this year. I've got loads more greetings cards. I've got a few mug designs, and obviously I've been selling them at the markets, and they've been doing really well. So I'm thinking,
found markets really, really helpful for you. Really, I've never really done markets.
I think some of them are hit and miss. So I did Stockport and Warrington. They are broke even. So it cost me £50 for the stall, and I only made, I think, £60 at Warrington and £54 at Stockport. So I made £4, but obviously that's not profit. So I probably ended up losing money there. But I did get my name out there a bit more, and I think I did get 1 or 2 portrait commissions. So in the end, it ended up being all right. But it's not my customer there. Whereas others like West Didsbury and the one that I did yesterday, Salford Keys, I got more of that, like more people were stopping and talking to me because it was like they were my customers. Do you know what I mean? So it is a bit difficult to try and figure out which ones are good and which ones aren't. But I'm getting the hang of it
as well, innit? Like it's
yeah, definitely. So next year I don't think there's many on in January, because not many actually set any up.
In January.
Everyone's skin, and it's always really quiet, and it's a 5-week month as well, so I think there is less anyway. But into next year I'm definitely going to try and do more markets, make a bit more money, bring more products out, and I'm not on the high street now. I've not set up my shop yet, so
That's what you can do in January.
Yeah, I need to set that up in January and launch that as well. So, yeah, looking good at the shop. I mean, I don't know. This time next year, I might say, you know, I might say the same thing as you and just say it's not for me.
You never know until you try, and I think it shows something that we're trying.
Yeah,
what we've tried.
Definitely. I think like I always change my mind as well. Like this time last year, I was like, I don't think I want to sell stuff anymore. I just want to do really cool projects. And now I'm like, I don't want to do client work anymore. I just want to sell my own stuff.
Well, that's it. And I think it's understanding that we're all right to change our minds as well.
I change it every minute. It's ridiculous.
So I only have one more, and that is, well, it's 2 in 1.
Is this your big goal?
No, this is still my work goal.
Oh, yeah.
It's 2 in 1, so it's like have a stable income every month. So I want to make £2,500 every month.
Love it.
That's what I want. That's my number, because then that 2,500 is like I know it's a lot of money. Like, would have told younger Roxanne 2,500. That's a lot of money each month. But it covers like my bills, the office, like the studio space. It covers my equipment and stuff. And obviously, once I've taken everything out of that, I want to, because the idea is I want to save £500 every month.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to have the option to do that. I want to be able to be comfortable and like to be able to make sure I put money away for tax and stuff like that. And I do think that's like £2,500 a month is a nice number to be on, because what's that? It's like it is nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, what
wage
is that?
It seems so expensive. Like it seems like a lot of. I know it, and it is a lot of money.
Before tax, that's like what, 30 or something.
Let's have a look. 2,500 times 12.
Yeah, so before tax, that's 30k. I'm remembering you've got to pay for your studio and stuff as well. So, like, people who are on a 30k wage obviously don't have to pay for that sort of stuff.
No, but they pay for a house.
True.
Yeah, so, like, I want to come out with 30 grand a year.
Yeah.
But then, obviously, then all my stuff comes out. I feel like 30 grand a year is a nice... It's kind of like the base rate for design, isn't it, really? 30 grand? Or is it, like, anything from, like, 24 to 36?
To start out as a designer, you're probably looking at, like, 18.
Okay, yeah. So,
but that's like when you first start out. I mean, it might have changed now.
Yeah, well, it's doable, like, right now, because I would say that, like, I have enough experience in the design world.
Yeah.
To be able to, I'm not just, like, a starting off base level designer anymore.
Yeah,
like,
of course. And you're going to make more money as a freelancer anyway. It's just the thing.
It's just that you make more money, but you just have less stability with it, because it's definitely doable. Like, I had a month a few months ago where I made, obviously not profit, but money coming in. I made £4,000.
That's amazing.
In 1 month. But then the month after, I made £500. So it's like it varies that much, and I don't think many people talk about this. It's like how much money like we do make, because if you are getting good client after another, you can make bank. You can make so much.
You can.
Money. But then also, if you're not marketing yourself right, or if you're not putting yourself out there, you can make nil pois.
But that's the thing, I think eventually designers that have been designing for 10 years, they're going to have good client after good client after good client. And that is going to be us one day.
Yes, I think if we all came together as collectives, come together as a collective of creatives, I think, and kind of have more of an open discussion about what we should be pricing ourselves at and what kind of is the going rate, it would make life a lot better for us all. Because I have quite a few regular clients who come to me and they know how much I charge. Like, they know how I price myself, what I price myself on, and blah, blah, blah. And they've seen the outcome of that. They've seen the products do well, better than the ones when they've kind of bought a non-exclusive design online. Then when they come to me and get bespoke exclusive designs for like repeat patterns and like harnesses and stuff like that. But no, like, new clients at the minute, like, I've noticed a lot more over the past, like, 3 months. A lot of people are being like, hi, can I have a quote for this? And I'm telling them a quote, oh, well, this person could do it for 30 quid. And it's like, well, that's great, go with them then. But however, I should mention to you, they shouldn't be charging that little.
Yeah.
Obviously, like we've had these discussions about stuff like this, and we've got a whole podcast planned about this.
Maybe even a few.
Oh, yeah. But like, it's all down to, I understand it's all down to you on what you charge and what you do, and like you can charge thingy, but make the client aware that the going rate is X, Y, and Z. And I know that not everybody will be able to afford my prices, and there's people who price way more than what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's all down to experience. It's all down to who the client is. It's like, if a real small business came to me that was starting out and they've not really got anything and they wanted a repeat pattern making, I wouldn't charge them the same amount as what if ASOS came to me and done it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You charge per, depending on the business, and you charge depending
size,
on and the intricacy and stuff like that. But yeah, no, so I think if we all just came together as collectives and was kind of had an official agreement to be like, right, this is how much people should be able to expect, because then, like, if X person is charging 30 quid and I'm charging 250 quid, this person's like, why are they charging this much when this person charges that much?
It's such a grey area, isn't it?
It's hard, and I'm really, really torn on it, because I'm like, I know that not everybody will be able to afford that, and those people who charge little do fit a purpose for the people who can't afford these designs. But then also, you're pricing yourself way too low because you've got a full-time job and you're doing this just on the side, whereas this is my living.
Yeah, and I think people forget that sometimes. One thing that I would suggest is, if you are an illustrator listening to this, try and get, and it can be a bit, I can't remember how much it was, I think maybe it might have been £15 a month. Go on the AOI, which is the Association of Illustrators, get yourself a subscription. They can really help you out if you've got any queries.
They have tables and stuff of how to price yourself as
well.
So
they've got a pricing survey. So join up and search for the pricing survey, and it'll tell you the average designer's pricing on different things. So there'll be like pricing on murals, and everything is broken down, advertising, all that sort of thing. And it'll show you like what you should charge for a small company, a medium-sized company, a big company, and like an exceptional company, and you can sort of like realise how much you should be quoting.
A gauge of like where you should be pricing yourself at. But yeah, like you could, like, it's free world, like you can price yourself whatever you want to price yourself at. You can do stuff, everything for free if you want, but just be aware of how that reflects on everybody else.
100%.
Because I find this topic like quite difficult to navigate, because I don't want to seem like I'm being a dick, but also I don't want to be like, everybody should just work for free, because then it sets a precedent for everybody else.
I think sometimes it is good to work for free. Like at the beginning.
I've worked for free. I've done free stuff for charities before and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it all just depends on your boundaries, like we were saying.
Yeah.
It's all what you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable working for free for somebody, do not do it. Don't do it. Especially if you've noticed some red flags as well. Just don't do it. Also, that was on my list as well. I've lost it again. But that's on my list too. I definitely want to be more stable with money, and I want a stable income. I want to be able to have, so I've got a business account which I take money out of willy-nilly, like here and there. I want money for this. Take it out. I want to be able to not have to do that anymore. I want a big enough pot of money there, and take out, let's say for example, £2,000 a month direct debit, and I just don't have to worry about anything else. That would be absolutely ideal for me. That's what I want. That's it.
That's it. I just want some stability, I think. That's it. I think most people who are self-employed just ask for that. That's all I want.
I just want to know what's coming in. And if I know that I've got enough in my business account to give myself, for example, I'm not saying it will be, but for example, £2,000 a month, that would be amazing, because I know then, right, next month I'll get that instead of this month, because I know I'm going to get it. Does that make sense? Yeah.
I can't remember there's a certain way that a lot of like money coaches, financial coaches do. I think it's like a third of the money that you bring in goes to you, a third goes to the business, and then out of that third, 1% goes into a part of that profit, so that kind of just builds up and you don't touch that. Another part goes for tax, and another part goes for this. Well, that's it. That's something that like I did my tax return in quite a while ago now, actually. So everybody kind of does it at the end of the year, but I make sure that I do mine early. Because
I did mine early.
Stress it. I know if it's so stressful. And like last year, I didn't make enough money to go over the tax threshold.
Me neither.
Whereas this year I probably will.
Yeah.
So I only had to pay national insurance, but I got that letter through and I'm thinking, right, this time next year I'll get one through and I'll have to pay tax, but I need to have that money saved, which is very, very hard when you're skin and you're like, oh, I'll just dip into it here and dip into it there, because now I have none of my tax money left.
But at least if you do your tax return in April, at least you've got until the following January. So if you know you owe them $3,000, you could potentially save that.
Yeah, I have an accountant now, she kind of keeps it updated and be like, right, this is how much you need. It's on the spreadsheet and stuff. We're doing a proper tangent there.
I know.
We'll do full episodes on money and stuff like that. It's something that we quite enjoy talking about, and I'm interested to see what the people do. If you are listening to this and you are like a money coach or a money manifestation person, we'd love to have you on.
Yeah, give me tips on how to manifest money, because I need them.
Yeah. Or if you know somebody, send them this podcast episode and be like, these girls need you.
Yep, 100%.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So my big goal. Dun, 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 dun. My big goal is I want to work for a big client, like a huge client, like a multi-million pound company.
Can I just say, you don't want to, you are.
No, I am
going to.
I am. Next year I'm going to work for a massive client, and it's going to be a really big job because they're going to want lots and lots of work off me, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be good for my bank balance. It's going to be good for my brain. It's going to be good for my exposure. It's going to be amazing because I've been asked. Well, this is it. This is the issue. I've been asked by a few decent sized companies to do work, and then they've gone and decided to work with someone who is free.
That really annoys me.
Yeah.
I've had the same thing with a big company, and it's just
fair
disappointing.
enough. Like from a business side, I get it, but then also
you can
it's
afford
so annoying because I'm like, I can't compete with that because I'm charging you and this person is doing it for free. I can't compete with that.
Yeah.
Because because it was quite a big job they wanted. I'm not blocking out a whole month for nothing.
So someone did a whole month's worth of work for free?
Yeah, practically.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But
I can't stand that, sorry.
But yeah. You're not mincing your words, are you?
Oh, I can't stand it. What do you mean?
Well, have you never heard that saying before? You're not mincing your words.
No.
It's kind of, you're not stuttering, like, oh, she didn't stutter, like you said what you said.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a northern thing, mincing words.
Must
but yeah,
be.
no, I'm going to work for a big company, and they're going to appreciate everything I do for them.
They are, and it's going to be amazing.
It's going
to be absolutely amazing. So for me, like I said earlier, my big goal is money. Eventually, I think I did mention it on the last podcast, I am going to be living in Australia. In 5 years' time, I'm going to be on that beach, looking at my beach house. No, maybe not. But yeah, me, George and the cat, we're going to be strolling down the beach.
Yep.
Mando's going to have his little lead on.
I mean, I'm saying, I'm not happy about it because, like, you're going to leave me, but cool.
It'll be very far in the future. But yeah, and we're going to be there, and I'll need to start saving so that we can start the process, because I think the process is going to be really long. I want $5,000 by the end of the year saved. That would be amazing.
By the end of 2022.
I
was like,
$5,000 in 3 weeks.
You've got 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I want that much by the end of the year, and I think that's probably doable, depending on how well I am with my money. Okay. But that's my goal, because it's going to cost $3,000 to take the cat over on his own.
Yeah, it is expensive.
Yeah. So yeah, I need that. I need the money for the immigration agent, etc., etc. So that would be really good. I would love that. That's my main goal. I'm manifesting it now. $5,000. Come to me.
What's that song called? Ching, ching, ching goes the money tree. And every time I ching, the songs come to me. Something like that.
Ching, ching, ching. Yeah, I saved that in my drafts, and I got loads of work for the next week, and then it all fell through. And I think it all fell through.
That.
Yeah, I think it all fell through because I was like, oh my God, I've manifested it. Oh, it works.
So the universe were like,
yeah, you being too big of a big Too big of a big head.
Too big of a big head.
Yeah. So did you want to do a Reddit? I've got one.
Yeah, so I think we mentioned each episode we're either going to do listener write-ins, any questions or something like that, or we're going to do Reddit posts. But I think I did one last episode.
So it's my turn.
So it's your go now. I'm ready to be wooed.
So I've done the same thing as you did. So I've just read it could be rubbish. I've just read the beginning of it. I've not read everything. So, are you ready?
I'm ready. Hit me.
Am I the arsehole for not paying an artist for their work?
Yes. You don't
so
even
it's
have
a
to
bit
read.
it's a bit of a tricky one, this one.
Okay.
I'll read it.
Sorry, me jumping to conclusions as per usual.
I'm a small business owner, 14 employees. I feel like that's kind of medium.
That's a medium.
I feel like I'm small because I'm on my own.
Yeah. But can I Google? Let me just quickly Google what constitutes as a small business. What is a small business? Oh, shit. A small business is someone that does not exceed 500 employees.
Oh.
6 million average annual revenue.
6 million?
So what am I then? Am I like a minuscule business?
Yeah.
Right, I didn't know that.
I'm a little
ant.
ant.
But yeah, I'm an ant.
Yeah, I was watching Ant-Man last night.
That's why.
Yeah.
Go on.
Right, so I'm a small business owner, brackets 14 employees. And because a lot of our role is client facing, our marketing team came and said if we had unified graphics for our email signature, LinkedIn banner, etc., it would give off a better impression. Basically, it's branding. Yeah. To that end, I commissioned an artist to design a new letterhead incorporating our logo, some graphics for the email signature, and a new LinkedIn banner. He said he needed 2 weeks, which meant the work was due 3 weeks ago, brackets the 14th of September. We'd heard nothing from him on the day, so I checked with my marketing head, who was the main liaison. And
that word gets me every time.
Yeah, I'm like, and she'd also heard nothing. She showed me some emails she'd sent, and from that it was clear the communication was minimal on his side. We waited a couple more days but heard nothing, so he put the contract out again. We ended up going with this graphic design student who was fantastic, sent us drafts to make sure she was on the right track, and had the project turned around within 4 days. Anyway, we were all so impressed by her that we have her on retainer now for any future graphic design work.
Fabulous, love that.
I love that for her, love it.
Because that's one thing, if you do find a graphic designer, illustrator, artist that you do enjoy, that you do work with, just stick with them.
Yeah.
Unless you look for a different style. Like I have regular clients who come to me because they want a certain style of work, and because I can get it done and get it to them, and they can kind of last minute. Because obviously when you have, going a little bit off topic, because we've worked together for so there's one client that I've worked with for maybe 2 years now, and if she needs something, I can move some stuff around, and if she needs it last minute I can do it for her because we've been together. But if someone was a new client would be like, oh, I need it by tomorrow, I can't do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You've got that relationship together. Right, so we started using her stuff and thought no more about it, but on Friday morning, so remember this was due 3 weeks ago, on Friday morning I got a long email from the first designer as well as completed work explaining some tough personal circumstances he'd gone through, along with an invoice. I emailed back saying that as we hadn't heard from him for about a month, we'd gone in another direction and we would not be paying him for services rendered. I also attached the contract and highlighted the punctuality clause.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
He emailed back a couple more times, but I was firm that we weren't going to pay. Now, I think I'd acted reasonably in not paying, but people in my family have said that I was harsh and I could have paid at least a partial fee as the guy had done the work and the guy's extenuating, sorry, I cannot read, circumstances. What do you think? It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Because I think I see it from both sides, so I get. But the thing is though, you have to, I know this is it. I know that when there's personal stuff going on, you do kind of think, but you need to let your clients know. That's one, because I've done that before. I've had some client work, and I've messaged them being like, I know that did say that this job is going to take a week, but due to some mental health issues, is it okay if I extend it by another week?
Mm-hmm.
And usually they're like, yeah, I've never had someone be like, no. Unless it's like an actual deadline for a reason. But yeah, no, I think on his part, he should have made them aware, because what were they supposed to do? Just wait for him?
Yeah, exactly. And obviously he's gone and done the work, but he's seen all of their emails. What I want to know is, when they decided to go in a different direction because he never emailed, did they let him know? Because they should have done that too.
That's it again. I think they should have messaged him and been like, just to let you know, we are going to take it in a different direction. Blah,
because,
blah, blah.
You
X, Y,
you
and
haven't
Z.
got back to us. I hope everything's okay, sort of thing. He hasn't mentioned that
But I don't understand how you can go. So, for example, I don't understand how he's gone from saying, yeah, I'll do that job, to then a month and a half later being, here are all the files.
I would never do that.
Because, number one, there's no communication there, because I don't know about you. Most client jobs I do, I send, first of all, I get a deposit.
Yeah.
First of all, I get at least 50% of the quote deposit. My contract, it says if you cancel before payment, that's fine. Once deposit has been made and rough stages have been sent, if you cancel, I get to keep the deposit. You pay 50%. If you cancel after the finalised ideas, you pay 75%.
Yeah.
And if you cancel once we've finalised and once we've agreed,
fully pay.
You fully pay, because I've done the work for you.
Yeah,
So
that's very fair.
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand how they've gone from not sending any kind of initial drafts or initial sketches or something like that to then
just sending the completed
finals.
Work.
Yeah,
I think,
because where's the conversation come from then?
Yeah. Overall, Reddit has ruled that he is not the arsehole, which I do agree with, but I really hope that he let him know.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're going in a different direction. But at the moment, I'm thinking he didn't, because otherwise
he would have
seen. Yeah. And if there was a punctuality clause, fair enough. But as soon as you see that, you just think, you are the arsehole. Pay the artist for the work, but.
Yeah, but no, that does make sense. Like, you can't expect someone to we're not mind readers.
No, yeah, exactly. Right, did you want to play a game today? So we decided, didn't we? Obviously, we didn't do it last week.
Because it was just...
Yeah, we decided...
waffling.
Yeah, we did. We waffled a bit too long, so we thought we'll save it for next week. So we're going to do a game. But we decided on 2 truths, 1 lie. Yeah. But I do think we probably can't do that all the way through, because we're going to run out of ideas.
Yeah.
So I reckon we just say loosely a game.
I feel like sometimes these episodes are going to be quite deep to finish it on a high.
Yeah.
Or a little funny quiz. So what do you want to do? 2 truths, 1 lie you want to do this week?
Yeah, let's do it.
You go first.
So, number 1, my hairpiece fell off in the middle of Aldi. Number 2, I have weed in the street. Number 3, growing up, I had 6 cats. I've got a good poker face.
You do have a good poker face. I think you've weed in the street. Yeah, I'm going to go with... Oh, it's 1 lie, isn't it? 2 truths, 1 lie.
Yeah. So there's 2 truths.
So I reckon you've weed in the street.
Maybe not.
I think the lie is 6 cats.
It is?
Is it? Oh my God, I'll win. What do I win? I need to win something.
You win...
a pat on the back.
Yeah. I'll pat you in a minute. I can't reach from over here. I've got my hand nice and cozy here. Yeah.
I need to know the story about the ween in the street.
Oh, just
without incriminating yourself.
No, just, when you're on a night
out. So
hypothetically, when people are younger and they're, 18 years old and they're in the line, they're in the queue for a club and it's taken them an hour to get into the club.
Okay, hypothetical person.
The hypothetical people, sometimes with their friends, try and get into another pub to go for a wee, but they end up running round an alleyway and having a wee in an alleyway. These hypothetical people.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You've broke the seal. If you've had pre-drinks, do you know what I mean?
And then the hairpiece.
Yeah, I was in Aldi and I'd bought, one of them Lula Bells hair pieces. I got to the till and I realised my hairpiece had fallen off. It was like hanging onto the edge of my bobble, like right on the end. And I was like, wow, as if nobody told me.
Anything less off you though. That's like the chaotic energy you do bring to places.
Yeah, it is. That is just the most me thing you've ever heard.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, and I was on my own. So I just said to the guy behind the till, bless him, he was like, he looked about 17. I was like, look, my hair just fell off. And he was like, oh my God, is that your hair? And I was like, yeah. So like just put it in.
Make a joke out of it.
Yeah, and I looked disgusting. It was one of them where like I had a horrible little bud in my head, and oh God, it was bad. Thank God I didn't take it to the club. Imagine be swinging it around, fall off on someone's head. Yeah, and then I had to go to Sainsbury's after to get some other bits, and I just had it in my trolley. And it's just like, wow.
Casual piece of hair in your trolley.
Yeah, because I didn't want to put it in the bags with the food, you know.
So you just have it sprawling around the trolley instead.
Yeah, I did figure out a way how to keep it on, but it doesn't match my hair tone anymore. So
how long ago was this?
Left it. It was at the beginning of lockdown, I think.
Oh, so not long ago, really.
No, yeah.
I was like expecting you to say dead young, but no.
No, it was when I was still living at home, so I think it must have been March, April, something. I don't know. Yeah. Funny, isn't it?
You ready?
I'm ready.
I can sing the ABCs backwards whilst burping.
Whilst burping?
I had my first ever kiss watching Happy Gilmore. I used to have 15 pot dolls in my bedroom when I was a kid.
Can you confirm the first one again for me?
I can sing the ABCs backwards whilst burping.
So you can sing whilst burping?
The ABCs. I can say the ABCs backwards whilst burping.
Show me.
Why would I then you'd know if I can do it or not? You thought that was going to get past me then, didn't you?
I think...
Don't want me to repeat them all?
It could be any of them.
Don't want me to repeat them all?
Yeah.
I used to have 15 pot dolls in my bedroom when I was a kid. I had my first ever proper kiss watching Happy Gilmore. I can sing the ABCs backwards whilst burping.
I think the Happy Gilmore is a lie.
Was the lie.
Which one's the lie?
I can sing the ABCs backwards whilst burping. I can't burp on command, otherwise I will throw up.
I thought that was so crazy that it was going to be true.
I thought that. So yeah, no, I used to have 15 pot dolls in my bedroom when I was a kid. Like, those like porcelain dolls.
Yeah.
I used to have them up on shelves on the wall, just staring at me. Now, creepy.
Yeah, that's quite creepy.
But I used to love them. They used to have like little... My granddad used to get me some. They had like little Scottish kilts on and stuff, and like little Scottish berets.
That's quite cute though. Creepy but cute.
Yeah, I had my first ever proper kiss watching Happy Gilmore. Now I can't watch that film without thinking about that event.
I can imagine that.
I told Mac said to me once, should we watch Happy Gilmore? And I'm like, I'm good. It's like, have you ever watched it? And I was like, not really. I was like, I don't really want it. And he was like, why? And I was like, I had my first ever proper kiss whilst watching it. And now whenever I think about it, I just laugh. Like, obviously, like,
yeah.
I think I was quite young. I think I was like 15 or something.
Yeah.
But I just think about it and it makes me laugh. I'm like, oh, Roxanne was so nervous.
Aww.
And I just think about it. But yeah, no, I can't burp. I can't even say the ABCs backwards.
I can't burp on command either. Aren't you supposed to like swallow air first?
I don't know. I feel like I'd just throw up.
I think I would as well.
I'm one of those people where if someone's heaving, I will throw up. I can't deal with it.
That sounds awful.
Thinking about it.
Let's not think about it. Right. I think this is a good place to end it. Talking about heaving.
Yeah. So I hope you have enjoyed episode 2. I hope you're liking it. Are you enjoying these? I know we're only 2 episodes in.
Nah, it's rubbish.
Do you know what? Just sack it off.
Yeah, I think I'm going to quit now. Just edit these 2.
Handing in your resignation.
Yeah. Sorry, it's not for me.
No, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, me too.
I hope you're enjoying listening to it, whether you're listening to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts, or if you're watching it on the YouTubes. Mm-hmm. Do let us know what you think. I'd like to hear your thoughts on stuff. Don't be too mean though.
Oh, review as well. Can't you review on Apple Podcasts?
I think you can. Yeah, leave us a 5-star review.
Yeah, any less, then don't bother. Sorry, we're only here for the best ones.
We're only here for the best.
You know, no, I'm only joking. If you want to leave us a 4-star, that's fine. But anything lower than that.
Don't say that. 5 stars or not. I hope you really enjoy this, because I'm enjoying making them. I feel like gradually I'm just sliding down. If you're watching the YouTube version, I think I've just gradually slid down the sofa. So you can find us on Instagram. Our podcast Instagram is Do It For Yourself Podcast. You can find me on Instagram, FOXANNE_. You can find Laura on Instagram. It's Laura Francis Heitzman.
Very long one.
It'll be in the description or the show notes. Those are all the places where you can find us. Leave a comment if you're watching on YouTube. If you want to be on, there is a link in the description to apply to be a guest. We'd love to have you on. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. And I think there's so many. Now we've got that out, we've got the main two out of the way. So you've got who we are, what we do, and then this one, which is what our goals are. Yeah. The next week's episode is going to be a good one. I'm not going to tell you what it is right now. We'll leave it up to surprise.
I don't even know what it is right now.
We literally spoke about it a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago.
You're like, exactly.
Yeah, just so you know, ADHD, they've not got a good memory.
Sorry.
I've got a bad memory.
To be fair, I don't think I know what we're doing. I just thought, I was like, did we not change it? Let me have a look. Let's have a look.
Oh, yeah.
See, I thought it was that one.
It's a good one.
So it's a good one. So I think that's it. I think we're just waffling now.
Yeah, so we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next.
We need to make sure we're saying, oh God, oh no.
We've decided to upload these podcasts on a Tuesday, and now we have to say see you next Tuesday.
It's not as if we could change it to Wednesday now, because you've already announced
I've already announced it.
Right.
Oh, see you next Tuesday.
Yep, see you next Tuesday. Peace out.